Stand by, guys. Stand by.
Good afternoon and welcome to NEFL TV round 12, and this is the Aspley Hornets versus the Redland Bombers. Michael Price and Mark Kennedy calling your action, and Liam Dettering with special comments. Good afternoon, Kanga.
Good afternoon, Michael, and great to be here. It's a fresh afternoon. It's a beautiful day here at Graham Road, and looking forward to a magnificent contest between two form sides of the NEFL competition, Liam.
Certainly, Kanga. As you said, very chilly up here. Nice conditions for football though. Aspley, I think, 5 wins in a row. They'll be looking to continue that today against Redlands, who've only lost 1 game for the year. So it'll be a very interesting contest today between, as you said, the 2 form teams of the Queensland competition.
Now, we have, of course, we've had plenty of action in the NEFL so far this weekend, and it is the Hills Eagles over Eastlake. It was Southport, big winners over Queanbeyan. The UWS Giants over the Brisbane Lions, Sydney over Sydney Uni, and Ainsley over Belconnen. But the action here is at Graham Road, and we have the first bounce underway. It's Hunter there for the Bombers getting away. Copeland got a kick, a scrubby one away. Hunter butters up, now to Salter, wrapped up well by Turner. Plenty of competition and urgency early, and Stacks on the mill. And we will have a bounce, and the ball hasn't travelled very far.
Not at all, and there is quite a strong wind blowing across the ground and favouring the clubhouse end, your left of screen here at Graham Road. Nice contest there. Austin Lucy falls over. Ball gets stuck under several. We'll do it all again. Ball hasn't travelled far again.
Just a quick tip, Michael and Liam.
Under 10 points either way. I'm sitting on the fence at the moment. Can't call a team yet.
You call the home team just by it, but that's Cast getting a smothered kick away. Ball bouncing for Joey Day. Gets a handball across half back. Will it bounce for Lucy? He's got Salter on his hammer. Salter disposes of Lucy. Gets the ball as well. Scrubs it forward. Ends up with Cast. Cast, did he dispose of that correctly? Umpire said yes. The Bombers moving the ball at least inside 50, smothered by the Aspley defence, and they should run it away. No, the ball is stuck underneath that player in Lucy. Could have been a free kick there against Sondergeld. Ball stuck underneath, and we will have a ball up on the half-forward line for the Aspley Hornets. Congested play early.
1.5 minutes gone, and the first forward entry went to Redlands, but nothing coming of it just at this point in time. Turner got it down. Here's Matthews, has the run of it, but runs into plenty of traffic, plenty of bodies there. And the umpire again says, give it to me. We are in that centre square. And the result I did mention, forgot to mention before, was that the NT Thunder were big winners over the Gold Coast Suns. Action here, ball from Salter, inside forward 50, but Thompson just straight off the deck, just gets it fortuitously to Sandsbury, who's been a great contributor for the Aspley club. Now goes forward, finds a good lead and finds Nellis. On forward 50, he'll turn and go, puts it to a dangerous spot. Little Brown is there, and Hughes made good contest to at least make a contest of it. And we have a ball up, and Rogerson was wrapped up nicely there by Brown.
And Kanga, that was really well done by Hunter for Redlands as well, just going back with the flight. Unlucky not to get the mark there.
Ball up inside the Hornets 50, slapped down over the boundary line. We'll have a throw in the right forward pocket. Not far from where that ball up was, congested inside the Aspley 50. The big ruckman in Jed Turner versus Paul Hunter for the Bombers. Turner made front position, ball's just dropped in front of him, trying to pick it up there, get the ball out. Another Hornet, could have got a free kick for in the back, is called by the Aspley bench, nothing doing. Umpire will ball it up 30 metres from the Aspley goal at the clubhouse end of the ground. No score yet after 3 minutes.
And here we go again. The ball goes up, Hunter, strong body, working through. Could have been a push there, but the umpire says no, lets it go. Plenty of bodies around the contest. 4th versus 6th here today. And again, that's on the live current ladder. with Redlands. If they can be victorious, they'll push up into equal second spot. So plenty at stake here today. And two quality sides in the NEAFL competition on NEAFL TV going at it. So a bit of an arm wrestle early. Legged was Toy, 100 gamer today, so great work for him there. Day just towed it forward, looking for a teammate. Redland's trying to get it out, and Hunter clears, and they're away. And working through there with Scott. Scott gives it off there to Pfeiffer. Pfeiffer shoots it long, and their first shot at the sticks results in a throw-in, and a fair bit of work to do from the boundary umpire to catch up.
He is. Got to put in the big ones for about 150, the boundary umpire, as he makes his way down into the right forward pocket for the Bombers.
I wonder if he's going to have enough energy to throw it in after that sprint.
You want to give him a nice little blow before he gets to throw it in. We played 4.5 of the first term here on NEAFL TV. The Bombers versus the Hornets. Throw in right forward pocket for the Bombers. Slapped down by Turner for Aspley. Not being able to pick it up was Thompson. Bombers underneath it, and again, there's a lot of pressure in, a little bit of stink there too as a player gets pushed over. The umpire might have pulled a free kick out here. Zufa will get it. There was some contact made. Zufa hit the deck and will take the free kick. He's only about 20 metres out, 45-degree angle.
Not sure there was too much in that one though, boys.
Didn't seem a lot. However, it does give this former AFL listed player Zufa unleashes from 20 metres, and that's a beautiful kick to start off proceedings here for the Redland Bombers. One straight goal to Aspley yet to score.
Well, we've just seen a very contested start to open the game. Hasn't been much clean possession, and it took a free kick to get the first score on the board there, and Zufa made no mistake. He's not going to miss those.
So 5 minutes or 5.5 minutes gone first quarter, and Redland draw first blood. Again, it's going to be a fascinating contest all day. I've seen Redlands a couple of times this year, and very much surge type football. They play in patches, and if they can put 4 quarters together, they'll be difficult to beat. And on the other side, Aspley have been magnificent at different points in time this year, and on their home deck. So we're set up today at Graham Road for a beauty. Hunter goes again, gets it down. That's Stephen in amongst it there. As I said, well wrapped up, plenty of bodies around the contest. And if this is the way the game's going to be played, it's going to be tough, tight. We're in for a bullocking, working, hard day, which we love at the footy. Here's Pettit and Hunter going at it. Coming over the top there was Rogerson. French leads the chase, but bustled off the ball. Thompson just stands in the tackle. Stiller got him beautifully. Scott can't work it forward. Stiller butters up on that left. Just goes again. Well wrapped up that time by Passfield. And we'll have a ball up just in front of our commentary position here, Michael.
Yeah, it's a beautiful day here at Graham Road. It's a bit of a howling wind at 19 degrees here in Brisbane. Decisive hit out by Hunter. Gets into the middle. French handballs it forward for Aspley. Howard gets it out to Zufa. Looks for a loose handball now. Rogerson onto the left foot. Gets it to centre wing. It's an ill-directed kick. And that's Matt Payne taking it for the Hornets. They've got the numbers. Not a lot of movement around here, so just going to chip it forward. Now it's going to go long inside 50. At the back, Nellis. Good body work. Couldn't quite grasp the mark. It goes over the boundary line. There'll be a throw in right forward pocket.
And boys, just to start the game, we've seen the first match up already from Greg St Lonsdale for Redland. They've put Williams onto Sainsbury, and he's not going to give him an inch all day, you wouldn't think.
So Pettit and Hunter will give that one to Pettit. Jumped high, coming through was Hughes, but couldn't get a kick away. Again, players around the contest. Matthews is there, trying to bustle it forward, can't do so. Redland are going to come away with the ball. No, Boone just toes it. Smith leads the chase, but the ball leads the chase over the boundary line.
Well, a lot of numbers forward here to the left of screen. You've got basically every player forward, and inside Aspley's forward 50. Throw in at the back. Pettit with some nice work, slaps it forward. It's pushed forward by the Bombers. Now Aspley with the ball. Matthews gets the ball out. French tries to deliver it, measures a kick, punch forward by Nellis. Bombers have the ascendancy here. They'll get the ball out. Oh, it's intercepted. Palm away there from Payne gets it out and it's stuck underneath a couple of players, and we'll have another ball up 45 metres out from the Aspley goal.
Interesting matchup there with Boone on Nellis back there.
I think that's a product of Williams going to Sainsbury. They've had to sacrifice in that area just to make sure a player like Sainsbury can't get out.
So French tries to squeeze a handball out, but it's smothered there. Both sides working hard. Here's Brewer, just finds enough to squeeze a kick out. They're back to centre wing. Day leads the chase now. Has a little bit of time and space. The kick wasn't a flash one in the air, but got to the contest. Here's Rogerson. Pushes it across now, and they will mop up and come away, and with it, there.
I think that was Stephen.
So he goes to Brewer. Brewer, backward of centre. Back to Stephen.
Aspley bottling it up in the middle here, making that mix tickle very hard.
Go to Boone. So Boone, he's been called to go. Gets a squeeze, a kick out. The pressure's come. The turnovers come. Here's Smith. Can't quite work it forward effectively. Looked like a high tackle. Payne plays on with the advantage and hits the post. At the time again, they might have actually gone back and settled the shot as the kick from fullback comes out, and it is Scott with the ball.
So Aspley with their first score of the game, 9.5 minutes into the first term here at Graham Road. The Bombers in defence now. Aspley again nicely spread out. Good kick though. Pettit cuts it off for the Bombers and butters up again. Doubles his work, but there's been a free kick paid here. Is that...
Holding off the ball, maybe?
Perhaps, but it has gone to the Bombers at half back. So Redland with the relieving free kick. Again, not a lot of movement forward. The Hornets really bottling up the midfield. Down the outer wing, pack of players form. It's punched forward by Copeland, claimed by a Bomber who's claimed and put underneath almost the Graham Road turf, and there'll be a ball up on the outer side. Strong wind favouring that side of the ground, Kanga, so we're going to see a fair bit of the play over that side.
That's good. I'm glad I brought my binoculars today. Pettit goes up, grew up, had his kick smothered. But plenty of players around the contest. Redland squeezed the ball forward, going up there was Zufa, but the ball come back because it was a holding free kick, and it will go to Scott. There's Luke Scott. So the free kick against Gross. So Luke Scott kicks it long. He kicks it nicely, looking for Hughes. He's wrapped up there, so pressure comes. The Aspley defence arrive in numbers. Hutchison's underneath it there. Nobody really willing to bend their back and get it off. And we'll have a free kick, and it's Hutchison who will come away with it in the back pocket.
He had a ripping game last week, Kanga, against Southport, and he's got a big job today on Cleve Hughes, so that'll be interesting as well.
So here's Day, gets the run of the ball. He towed it to himself there, one-on-one. So Sainsbury, that's the way they like it. He's got the ball over the back. He's got a little bit of space. The Cavalry and Boone arrive, so very good play there. And here's Lovett trying to mop it up. Gets a handball back over the top there, and Redland are away again. And this is Josh Smith with the ball, and he kicks it up the line and finds Scott.
So Scott at left half back for Redland. More control of the ball now. An ill-directed kick spoiled by Copeland. Ball hits the deck, but the Bombers have it again. Oh, nice little bit of pace there shown by Cass, was it? He gets the right foot kick inside 50. Hughes at the back dealt with. Punched forward by the Aspley defence. Cass goes again. Handball was intercepted there by Joyce. It's in dispute again. Joey Day out to right half back. The race is on. Here goes Lucy. Will he bend and pick? He does. Does it nicely to the big man in Turner. He gets back onto the left foot. That's a very ill-directed kick, but will it go over the back and pay dividends? It might do. They all overrun it, the Bombers, and so does Hughes for Aspley. Redland will relieve to half back, and there's Salter with the ball.
So Salter goes wide again, finds Rogerson. He's been in good form lately, Rogerson. Kicks up the line, finds Smith. So Josh Smith just goes back, just chips it over the top, finds Daniel Zufa. He'll be on his bike all day because he doesn't mind a run and a carry. Goes on the left, goes long up towards Hughes. Hutchison's right there with him. Good spoil, good contest. Redland feed the ball out. Here's young Sundergeld. It's Pfeiffer, but the turnover comes. Joyce gets it, and now Aspley will bring it out, but only as far as the big fella there in Andrew Smith. The intercept now, though, and Aspley will bring it forward, and that is Sainsbury with the ball, 55 metres from goal.
Well, he's had a big couple of weeks, Sainsbury. Looks to shorten this up beautifully to Nellis. Probably drops what he should have marked there. The Bombers will move this out of defence. Cass takes it on the point of the square. Wants to move quickly. He's got the runners. Chipping ball. Oh, it's a very ordinary kick, and it's taken by Matt Payne for Aspley. Right half forward. It's bouncing in front of the big man in Stanley. Taps it forward. Sainsbury picks it up, throws it onto the right boot, wobbles it towards Nellis. Good body work, takes a good mark. Right in the edge of the goal square and should knock this through for Aspley's first goal.
That was a fantastic mark from Nellis. He just got body position on his smaller opponent there and made full use of it. But just today, it seems it's going to be the side that makes the least mistakes that's going to win the game. We've just seen a lot of turnovers to start the game.
Just getting used to the blustery conditions, one would think.
I was about to say, the wind, you can really feel it in the scaffolding here, is blowing, favouring the clubhouse end, but not across the ground as Nellis comes in, pops it over the goal umpire's head for the Hornets' first goal. 1-1-7 plays, 1 straight 6 here, 14.5 goal in the first term. Neefle TV.
Well, it just shows a lot at stake today for this game. So both sides are trying to bring their best to the table, and we're certainly feeling each other out early. And said plenty of numbers around the contest. There's no lack of enthusiasm, and I think once the play settles down and it opens up a little bit, we're going to see some great footy.
No lack of endeavour here at all, Kanga.
And so the ball back in the middle. Turner. And we'll give that one to the Redland player in Andrew Smith. The ball now goes forward. Smith just off the ground nicely in the path of Hughes, but Hutchison just went out to meet him. And now Hughes gets a run of it, gets around a player and can shoot for goal. He doesn't miss much usually, and this is no exception. Great goal there by Cleve Hughes. That's his first for the day, and the Bombers, they're second for the game. So 2 straight 12 are leading the Hornets, 1-1-7, and we're about 15 minutes gone.
Well, Hughes is just so deadly in front of goal, isn't he? Hutchinson did the right thing, tried to take front position, but once the ball got over the back, you saw Hughes. Once he shrugged off the challenge, he just lined up the goals and put it straight through. Really nice finish, especially considering the breeze as well.
He's really comfortable in front of goals, Cleve Hughes, isn't he, for the Redland Bombers. Over the last couple of weeks, he's kicked a couple of bags as well, so work cut out there for Hutchinson as the Hornets trailing now by 5 points. Ball up in the middle, we'll give that tap down to Smith. Aspley with the ball now. Copeland gets it onto the left foot, kicks it towards centre half forward, doubling back there. The Bombers defence tap it back. It's with Rogerson. He goes out to the outer wing, kicks it to his opposite number 30 in Robbie Copeland, the ex-Lion. Chips it over to right half forward. Hornets with the advantage here now. It's into the edge of 50. Will the left shoe be used? It was, and very wobbly. Bounces towards the point post, and it will be one behind for Aspley. 8 plays 12 with the Bombers in ascendancy.
Unusual waste of footy there from Cheney Stiller, who kicked that ball.
Yeah, he again is looking at the ball, dropped a little gust of wind just putting him off.
So Rogerson, beautiful kick out of defence there, and finds Luke Scott looking for an option to go his side further afield. This goes laterally, dangerous kick, but Rogerson just gets the go-go gadget arms up enough to reel it in. Goes wide, finds Brewer. Unmistakable flash of red in the hair, tries to get around Gross, can't do so. Fortuitous kick there, might be using that one a bit today if skills like that are used, and finds Howard and just draws a player. And away they go again. That was Salter. Goes up towards Hughes, who's Hutchison's with him, but the ball went out of bounds. It was a nice little one-hander there by Hutchison in the finish, even though it was out of bounds. And the ball now is with the 100-gamer in Toy.
So Toy wants to come across half-back, finds his man there nicely in Hannaford. Hannaford back inboard, goes into the guts. Lucy, he's got a bit of space now, gets onto the right foot, kicks it long at the back of the pack. Sainsbury through the hands. Ball bounces away over the boundary line. It's rushed for a throw in right forward pocket. Eddie Sainsbury's kicked 7 and 5 the last 2 games, looking to open up his account early. A little bit of push and shove there in front of the ruck contest as well.
So the ball will come back in. Chance for Aspley. Level proceedings up. Smith went over the top there. Turner just gave it a little dinky one off Payne. Couldn't quite get his away. Brewer got it to Howard, and they're out of defence again and looking to run. And kick to no one in particular. So Toy will just mop that up. Puts on the afterburners. Gets around the big fella in Hunter. He goes long to centre half forward. Turner's there but can't quite grasp it. Just gets the arms up. Rogerson applied the pressure. The high-pitched squeals of Lucy. There, got it to Turner. The handball was errant, and Brewer has a chance with Payne there to try and get on the run of it. He does so. Very well done. Goes up the line, but it can't get much on it. Aspley coming through. Very good work there by Tickner, I think it is. Over the top to Lucy, in there away. Inside forward 50.
Oh, it gets floated up inside. Big pack. Pfeiffer punches it down. It's in dispute. Throwing himself in beautifully there. One of the Aspley players stuck underneath a couple of bombers. Can't quite pick who that was. Was Nellis, in fact.
And Pfeiffer's looking quite different about the facial hair today, isn't he? He's got rid of it all.
Oh, my Nana would love that. She loves a man who's clean-shaven, apparently.
Oh, I thought you were going to say your Nana had that much facial hair.
No, not as much. She would have had a go at me this morning. It's just like you did, Kanga. Didn't know you cared that much. 40 metres out. Ruck contest. Snap out there. Big punch away there from Boone. Ball's in dispute. So now with Stephen. Gets it to half-back. Punched away nicely by Gross. Follows up his work. And ball back now. Aspley with the numbers. Scrubbed again forward on a second option. And again, they just seem to be panicking with that disposal underneath that swirling wind as it goes forward again for another behind. It just seems to me that they're rushing a little bit of their disposal. Aspley usually a little bit cleaner than this game.
Yeah, they are, and again, conditions and a bit of pressure around the contest. So that was Boone. Now he's got it to Thompson. A little bit alike, those two, Boone and Thompson. There's a holding, so we'll go to Estel. So Gross gave one away. And then a little bit of play there at the footy. So Estel, his first real foray into the footy. So looking for an option. Doesn't look like he's got much just at the moment. They just go short. And I was going to say he finds Zufa, but he finds the boundary line and out of bounds on the full instead. So Joey Day will take the free kick. He goes long inside forward 50. It's pretty open back there. Sainsbury's there. He's a target. Here's little Smith for Aspley. Swoops on it. Kicks it around the corner. Errant in terms of direction, and it beats everybody over the line. Over a throw in some 20 metres around from the Aspley goal.
Not a bad result though, Kanga. In the end, they get a chance to reset now with the boundary throw in. The stoppage inside 50. Let's see what they can generate from this.
2 straight goals to Redland, plays 1-3 for the Aspley Hornets. Throw in the Hornets' right forward pocket. Pettit gets up, hits it forward. Redland defence want to get rid of it. It's taken there by the Hornets. Matthews to Smith. Smith onto the right shoe. It goes straight up into the air. Punched down again there by Boone. It's picked up. No, towed over the ground. Who was that? I couldn't pick.
No, it bounced. It
That
bounced.
was Smith. That was from
That was
Smith's
his.
kick.
Oh, there you go. I thought it's gone straight up. It's missed everybody on the punch and it's just bounced through. That's an incredible goal play, young Smith.
That is, and again, you just took a look down there, Pricey,
I took a look down thinking somebody's going to grab this.
And,
It's hit the deck and bounced.
They went up high to somebody to touch it, and the breeze just carried it far enough, and then the awkward bounce and the oval shape has done the rest to give it that leg break.
Oh, there you go.
To get in.
Sailing at lesson. Never look down when it's a swirly wind and kick 30 metres directly up. That's all I'm saying.
Well, I didn't quite see who went for the fist there, but they just really obviously needed to get something on that in the end. Because as we know with the oval-shaped ball, anything can happen once it hits the ground.
I think it might have been the ruckman in Andrew Smith, and apologies if it wasn't. We don't have the benefit of replay here on NEFL TV, but we'll get to that coverage next year, I'd suggest. As the ball's back in the middle, Salter just towed it forward under pressure. Aspley come away. It's Toy to Matthews, to Payne. The prime movers involved for the Hornets. He just, the kick didn't hit the mark because they were looking for Cheney. Still up, well wrapped up there by Passfield. And no attempt there. So umpire Nathan Scott has said, Cheney, come on mate, you got to do better than that. And
50.
they'll have to do a bit better than that. Cheney's still up, and a bit of lip, wasn't happy with the resultant free kick, so he's given away the 50, and Passfield will have the chance to reply quickly once again for the Bombers.
Well, I was watching Chaney still. I didn't see the lips moving too much. A little bit of yap, but and that's enough apparently.
So Passfield come in, relatively easy shot. And he does well, he makes no mistake with it. So poor discipline by Chaney still up there, resulting in a Passfield goal. So Chaney came straight to the bench too for a little bit of a dressing down by John Blair. And 3 straight now the Bombers, 18. The Hornets, 2-3-15. More than halfway, about 25 minutes into the first quarter here, Michael.
Well, one of the co-captains, of course, for the Aspley Hornets, so we would be receiving some messages from Coach John Blair, methinks. He makes his way to the bench. So 3 points again, the difference in favour of the Bombers here at Graham Road. Hope you're enjoying the coverage here for round 12 of Nearful TV. Big ruckman in Pettit gets up, gets it down to Payne. Payne throws a handball out that's intercepted by Pfeiffer towards half forward. It drops nicely into the hands of Zufa. He's almost within distance if it wasn't against the wind. Chips it forward. Good punch away there by the Aspley defender in Thompson, and the ball goes over the boundary line. Nice bit of defensive work there. Wasn't a bad pass at all. And his player in Estel had a metre or so.
Elected to try and take it on the chest there. Maybe the hands would have been more advisable in that situation.
That's right. Pettit works Hunter off the ball. Toy just laying one hard on Cars. It's working through there, copping a high tackle. That'll be Redlands. Take the free kick, and it's the ruckman in Hunter who has it. A little bit of frustration boiling over there from the Hornets just at the moment. Lucy's shaking his head on the mark. Hunter just pops it up, looking for a target. Going up there was Scott. Pouncing there was Brewer, has a shot at goal and across the face. So the first blemish on the scoreboard for the Bombers. 3-1-19, leading the Hornets 2-3-15.
Just interesting, last week when Aspley played Southport, Kanga, the big fella, the Southport ruckman went down early, so it was Pettit versus Turner, really had it on their own. Today they've got Hunter, who's an outstanding standalone ruckman. As the ball gets stuck in the middle of the field, umpire took a little bit of time, and just as it was extricated, decided to ball it up.
Pricey, how about that for a kick though? We've gone from full-back to centre wing. That was 70-80 metre kick there, just on the back of the wind there from Gross.
Benefit of that beautiful wind here at Graham Road that's favouring the left side of your screen. The ball stuck out on the outer side, lots of numbers there, and Gavin Gross can really put his foot into a kick. He's got a beautiful disposable. When he flushes one, it stays hit.
Hunter. So Hunter went across, to take Michael Price's kudos there, or his thunder. As Redland, they work it forward again. Cars just stands in the tackle. That was a throw, though, for mine. Incorrect disposal. Umpire says it. And now it's Joey Day for the Hornets. So Day goes up the line where the breeze is going out there. And the ball's going to be out there a fair bit all day there. Now coming away with Salter, one of the co-captains. And he just butchers it. And it's back with Day, who chips it across and finds Payne at half-back.
So Payne, outer side. Not a lot of movement forward, so he's going to go long down the line. Copeland's got a 3-on-1 here. He's disposed of. Ball gets away from everybody, goes over the boundary line. We're going to throw in at right half forward. And again, they're favouring the outer side of the ground. You can see the flags over there pushing more or less straight across the ground, slightly favouring the clubhouse end to your left. Hunter versus Pettit. Third up was Rogerson, gets it down, so the Bombers have it on the outer side. It bounces away from Day, battling hard, controls it nicely, gets some help there as well. He ends up with the ball, does Day. Well done. Over the boundary line though, he gets tackled, and we'll have a throw in on the centre wing, outer side. The Hornets trailing by 4 points.
So tight contest, which is we like to see here. So Pettit just worked Hunter off the ball illegally, says the umpire, and Hunter will take the kick. Looking for a target. They go inside forward 50 again, one would think, and they do. Looking for and finding a player there in Stephen. So Damien Stephen can go back, and he'll have to kick one would think all of 50 metres, but he elects to go short, although the umpire said you weren't on your angle. And Damien Stephen, he'll have to go for another shot. Poor checking by the Hornets there. And it's Smith who has the ball.
Well, you could hear Coach John Blair in the Aspley box just beside of us belting it out. Find one to the players. Standing there for minutes almost by himself. So some pretty poor checking by the Aspley defence.
Stay out there.
And boys, we just see Cleve Hughes coming back on. I know he's been struggling with an ankle injury of late. He was off for 5 or 10 minutes there, so just whether that flared up again, just getting it restrapped or something, that's one to keep an eye on today.
So Smith just pulled it to the left, and only a minor, but increases their lead by another solitary point there. So bringing the ball back in was Hutchison. Goes long, outside defensive 50, goes over the back, untouched, and it'll be a free kick to Redland, so they'll be able to reload. Smith goes quickly, inside forward 50 once again. Brewer's there, almost got it. Hughes got hands away, looking for Cars. Just knocked out a Pettit's hand. Day was dragged off the ball, and he will take the kick, and they pay the advantage, and they work through, and it's Hughes who butchers it, and it'll go out of bounds.
That was an awful kick from Hughes, under a bit of pressure, and he's copping a bit of lip from Sondergeld. And pushing and shoving as the boundary umpire will bring the ball back in. Now, Hunter will give that one to Pettit. He got it down to Cars, who was disposed of. Payne to Copeland, through Holman, back to Toy to Copeland, sharing it around. He roosts it forward. Rogerson with the big sit at the back, taps it forward. It's going to bounce for French. He runs into the 50. The handball forward for Stanley, who unleashes and bangs it through for the Hornets. Again, when they shared the ball around, they hit their targets. Getting that ball quickly forward when you've got the wind advantage, helpful. 3-3-21 plays 3-3-20.
Lack of defensive accountability, I think, as well from Redlands. Just Aspley, as soon as that ball broke from the stoppage, spread forward, you saw a stream of players, and it was Stanley who got on the end of it and finished it. I don't think Greg Seaton-Lonsdale, the Redland coach, will be too happy with his players on that occasion and their defensive effort.
Well, I think as much as anything, Rogerson actually went up for the contest there and didn't impact it enough to really clear the ball with a fist. Yeah. So, which gave Aspley the opportunity for, and certainly in that way, for Clinton French to swoop and put it away. So ball back in the middle. There's Turner, but intercepted very nicely there by Passfield. Goes inside forward 50, looking for Estel. He's got the run of it, but Thompson's there with him now. Just tries to tap it in the path of a teammate, and the siren sounds, and at quarter time it is 3-3-21. That's the Aspley Hornets to the Redland Bombers, 3-2-20. So a solitary behind the lead for the Hornets in an entertaining but error-riddled first quarter, you'd have to say, Liam.
Yeah, certainly, Kangaroo. I think in the second quarter, the one thing, well, certainly at the quarter-time break, the thing both coaches will be talking about is just looking to find those targets rather than just blazing away, because there's been a number of times Redland's coming out of the defensive 50 have just gone for that long kick, not really looking at a specific target, and it's just been turned straight over and come back the other way, Pricey.
Yeah, there is a fluky wind, as we keep saying. It's going across the ground, slightly favouring the left of screen at the clubhouse end. So it is making the tight disposals a little bit hairy. The pressure from both sides as well, just adding to that equation. So, look, it's a great tight game. There's only a point in it. And Aspley, the home side, just holding sway. I'm really looking forward to the rest of the game.
Absolutely. So quarter time, we have this, as we mentioned before, 3-3-21 Aspley to the Redland Bombers, 3-2-20, right here on Neeple TV, and we will rejoin you for the start of the second quarter here at Graham Road. And welcome back to Neefle TV. We are here at Graham Road for this round 12 clash between the Aspley Hornets and the Redland Bombers, and it is the Hornets leading by the solitary behind. Mark Kennedy joined by Michael Price and Liam Dettering, and Michael entertaining first quarter, but a gusty breeze making life a bit difficult for both sides.
Yeah, going across the ground and just favouring the left of screen, and that's the end that the Bombers will be kicking to in the second quarter. Hunter dribbles it forward. It's picked up by Payne for the Hornets, tackled by Sondergeld, and the umpire will bang it up straight, basically in the same spot, right in the middle of the ground. Beautiful day here in Brisbane, just short of 20 degrees, outside of the fact that they've got the gusty breeze. It is a gorgeous day for football. Put down in the middle now. Basically stuck under several players, rugby maul style, and they're not picking it up, just standing over the top of it, and we'll do it all again just a metre or so forward. Lots of pressure early in this game.
It certainly is, and I think we saw the first 5 minutes of the game in the first quarter there, just stacks on the middle, and this is the way it's opening up in this second quarter. Plenty of players around it, and Josh Smith was just laying a nice tackle there on Henry Joyce. And here we go again. Pettit, he jumps in hard, gets over the top there. Smith kicked a fantastic and if not freakish goal in the first quarter.
Well, Kanga, Joyce and Josh Smith getting reacquainted, former teammates at Morningside from last year.
Both players with plenty of ability. Hunter just ran underneath it. Smith, that's Dan Smith, gives it back to Stiller. Goes forward now. Big punch from behind there from Redlands. Passfield just handballs it forward. Nellis has the run of it. Pressure comes from Salter. Ball goes out of the boundary line. 50 metres around from Aspley's goal, the outer side, Michael.
Yeah, great spoil there by Phil Lovett from the Bombers. Punched it out towards half-back, and that's where the...
Do you like it?
Oh, I loved it. Magnificent punch. That's the way. If you're going to affect the contest, that's the way. Punch it 30 metres over the boundary line as Pettit gets it down for Aspley. It's intercepted, though, by the Bombers. Big palm off there from Williams. Gets it down the outer side. That's dribbled there. Mark could have been taken over the boundary line. Bit of pressure there as well. Aspley with plenty of numbers over the outer side. That's where the ball will be stuck most of this game, as we say, pushing directly across the ground. As there's another throw in, Pettit gets it down for Aspley. Now with Payne, gets it onto the right shoe, inside 50. Stanley gets rid of his man. Good spoil there by Rogerson. No, the umpire said it was a high contact and there will be a free kick to Jack Stanley, 25 metres out, directly in front.
A good contest. I thought Rogerson impacted the contest really well, but just a little bit of aside, I think the message at quarter time to Pettit was be a bit more aggressive in the ruck.
Yes.
Because he started really jumping into Hunter, and he got a little bit of ascendancy as we see Stanley come in. Shouldn't make too much of a mistake, and he certainly doesn't. And they open proceedings. That's his second for the day. So 3 minutes gone, and the lead is extended to 7 points for the Hornets.
And King, you mentioned the ruck contest there. That's probably one area Aspley feel they may be able to get on top of. Obviously, with Hunter being the only specialist ruckman for Redlands, he's done a terrific job all year with some support from Williams and Smith at times. But just with the two absolute gun ruckmen in Pettit and Turner, one area Aspley certainly will be looking to take control.
Yeah, mentioned that earlier that they did that last week against Southport. Of course, Hunter was best on ground against the Brisbane Lions last week, but was a lone hand in that. So Aspley 7 points in front as the ball goes forward for them. Now it's picked up by the Bombers and Stephen. He is paid as not disposing of it quickly enough, and they tell him about it too. Pettit's right into him.
Just drove him into the ground and let him know about it after.
The handball away now. Thompson for Aspley kicks it. Read beautifully by Passfield though for the Bombers, and they'll be away. The handball back into Rogerson, chips it to Sondergeld right on the point of the square. He wants to turn and go. He's surrounded by Hornets as they go down the outer side. Now Rogerson gets onto the right foot, long kick towards, the big nudge out there from Estill was spotted by the umpire, and Aspley will receive the free kick, and it'll end up with Joey Day at fullback.
So he got it from Thompson, so back in the goal square, his defensive goal square. Kicks away to a tight contest. It was a one-on-one, so probably not the best choice, and it was Stephen who gets up and just loose checking from Aspley, and the ball is with Phil Cars, one of the co-captains, the 3 co-captains.
It was just a really poor kick out of defence and a poor option from Joey Day, wasn't it? All the numbers were spreading to our side of the ground, the commentary box side of the ground, and chose to switch back, and it was the wrong option in the end. And obviously, when you turn it over in the 50, just loose numbers everywhere. Found Cast, and he'll go back.
A reliable kick for goal usually. This one is an exception because it's ordinary, but it still finds a target. And Cleve Hughes, the sharpshooter, you just want to give it to a bloke with a better percentage scoring rate, even though he's in a worse position to score it. So Hughes, he's on a tight angle, used his body well, comes in, point blank range, the angle's the only issue, and he does it beautifully. He doesn't miss too often. And it's a great goal. That's his second.
Well, Hughes just has an extraordinary ability to accumulate goals. You know, he doesn't need many touches, but when he gets it in goal scoring range, he never misses. And we saw that there. He added his second for the day. Redland's 1 point behind Aspley now.
Yeah, so it's a very, very tight game here at Graham Road, Aspley. The Hornets versus the Bombers for round 12. That wind, again, fluky, isn't it? It's just gusting in little bursts across the ground mostly, but favouring that end. So it really affected some people some players that really you would normally see deliver the ball beautifully. There's been some scrubby kicks forward. The umpire bangs it down in the middle. Punch forward by Turner. Picked up there by Matthews for Aspley. Gets it onto the right foot. Kicks it out in the runner. Stanley, have a look at the meterage he put on. He couldn't control it. In fact, it knocks him over, off his boot, over the boundary line. There'll be a throw in at left half forward for the Hornets.
And we saw Matthews take the ball away from the centre there. He was one of the very best for Aspley. 35 touches last week. I think 10 clearances. Back to his best and fairest form from 2013.
Certainly just wasn't the kick that Coach John Blair would hope for in forward entry. The ball comes back in. Turner just... So free kick off the ball there, and it will go the way of Sondergeld. So named as an emergency, came in for Rees, goes looking for Zufa. Over the top there was Joey Day, and ball out of bounds. Out of sight on the central wing. And 7 minutes gone, the lead a solitary point to Aspley. So two sides, high up in NEFL standings, going toe-to-toe. Smith for Redland that time. He got the tap down. Fed out by the Hornets, and they'll go forward. But just holding his position well, though, was Luke Scott. Goes over the top, finds a player.
It's pass field over there.
Pass field. Pass field from a tight angle. It's looking good. Hits the post, though. So, Rock scores up. 7 minutes 41 gone, and Aspley bring the ball back in quickly, and we have a push, and Redland will get a free kick and 50 metres. So,
bit of ill discipline from Aspley. I think that's the second or third 50-metre penalty today. They just really need to tighten that up.
So the ball will go to Andrew Smith, and he'll kick it from the goal square, point blank range. So, puts a mouth guard in the sock, goes back and says, I'll just savour this one. I don't get down there too often. And he just boots it nicely over the goal umpire's head. And Redland take the lead. And that is Andrew Smith's first goal for the afternoon, and takes them to 5-3-33 to the Aspley Hornets, a 4-3-27, 8.5 minutes gone. And as you mentioned, Liam, it's discipline and frustration being one of the issues for the Hornets in the way they've attacked this game thus far.
Well, especially in a close game, you just don't need to be giving goals like that away, and certainly make it very easy for the Bombers there.
Well, they're in front by a goal with 9 minutes gone of the second term here at Graham Road. The Redland Bombers against the Aspley Hornets. Umpire will bang it down in the middle. You'll have the ruckman in Turner. He got it down for Aspley. Picked up there by Pfeiffer for the Bombers. Out to the wing, Salter. He's collared by Copeland. Ball stuck underneath the pair of them. Will the umpire ball it up? Does almost immediately. There's a little bit going on at the bottom of that pack. Robbie Copeland's involved, so you kind of come to expect that to some degree. So the umpire throws it up. A lot of players around the contest. Third man up was Pfeiffer trying to extricate it. It ends up with Payne for Aspley. Intercepted by Cast for the Bombers. Drills it forward. Pushed his man out. Did Thompson well. Now the ball's in dispute. Hughes picks it up. Gets the handball back towards Zufa. Good physical contest there from the Aspley player in Tickner. It was. It delivered a big bump. Aspley get the ball down the outer side. It's picked up by Smith for Redland. Now inside 50. Big pack of players will fly at this. The big leap there was from Scott. Ball hits the deck and the Hornets should be away here.
And they are. It's Matthews. Just to Joyce. Had the run of it. Brewer just closed late. Put a bit of pressure. Good punch there from Rogerson. Boone leads the race, but the ball goes out of bounds and we'll have a throw in. Although his best job to just flip it out there. Touch and go there, I think, with Aspley asking for a delivered out of bounds.
Absolutely, the coach's box were right on that.
So ball comes back in. Smith and Turner, no real advantage there to either. French had a fresh area now, comes out to Cars for Redlands, over the top to Scott. Scott flips it out there, finds Salter. So Salter can go down the outer side, looks for Zufa, but overcooks the kick. Jones runs onto it for Redland, back to Zufa with the left foot, goes up towards Hughes. Thompson, though, with timely spoil there. And Hughes in amongst there again, and the ball out of bounds now as Redland just push it forward quickly from a defence to attack.
Yep, game opening up just slightly here with the Hornets 6 points behind. Redland Bombers have the ball in their forward 50, the right forward pocket, the throw in. Hunter gets rid of his man, slaps it forward. Getting there first was Payne for Aspley, gets the handball away. It's picked up by Thompson, screws it around the body. One behind results, so it's now 7 points, 5-4, 34, plays 4-3, 27 in favour of Redland. 11.5 gone as Aspley bring it back in. Oh, it's made difficult for French. The ball bounces away from him. Howard now has some time. Handballs it back inside to Brewer. Brewer dribbles a little pass, and that will hit Pfeiffer 40 metres out, 45 metres out, 45-degree angle.
He's just he's run the blade too over that beard of his, I think. Just looking at him in the binoculars.
I don't think he's
down from Wolfman to blade 2.
Okay, so it's not completely gone with the facial hair, so Nana wouldn't be as impressed as we first mentioned. As Pfeiffer comes in from 45. That's a beautiful kick. In this fluky win, he has drilled that for the Bombers 6-4, 40.
Been really an interesting move for Pfeiffer. You know, most of the year he obviously came off an interrupted pre-season with a bit of injury. I think OP maybe playing a part. It took a while to get him his fitness back, and he played mainly forward for the first 10 or so rounds of the year, but now he's got his fitness back. They've injected him into the midfield, and he's added a bit of class, I think, in there, something they not necessarily lacked, but just something nice to have.
Yeah, it's handy to have a bit of class around the paddock when the ball gets thrown in your direction.
Just a bonus extra,
yes,
if you like. So everybody likes a bonus extra, and that's what we have here on NEFL TV. Between two good sides, vying for a little bit of superiority on the NEFL ladder, and Cars comes away. Back to Hunter, goes up. Gross gets that big rock of a hand up there and just belts it out of bounds, and we'll have a throw in about 60 metres around from the Redland goal at half forward outer side. So the margin now 13 points, 13.5 minutes gone here at Graham Road. So hope you're enjoying this wherever you are on NEFL TV.
So it's Hunter for Redland versus Turner for Aspley. We'll call that one a draw as the ball's taken away by Cass. It's kicked inside 50, and reading it beautifully there was Copeland. Takes the consolidating mark for Aspley. About 30 metres from their own goal. He looks for Lucy, probably just put a bit too much on the kick. Luckily for Aspley, they've got the numbers. Matthews looping a handball, still not completely out of trouble. Hannaford now gets it in the middle to Turner. Turner's got Holman running for him. No, they stop that run. Now it's with Joey Day on the outer side. Good Shepherd from Hannaford clears more of a path. Day has a couple of bounces. The left foot scrubbed forward. Contest there is Sainsbury punched away from him. Hughes did well. Ball over the boundary line. There'll be a throw in the left forward pocket.
And again, a very unconventional forward entry, not paying dividends. So before playing, something that I want to address. So you can get the ball forward, but just don't work it through. Turner grabbed it out of the ruck, and the umpire said holding the ball because Hunter just nabbed him straight away. So Hunter, big Paul Hunter, just dinks it over. Hughes just smothered the kick. Here's Smith, Josh Smith for Redland. Looked like a chop by Hannaford. The umpire didn't pay it. Here's Smith again coming through. And they're away to half forward, looking for Estelle. Gross is with him. Hutchison's there also. Takes it out of bounds. And identical to where it was thrown in only a matter of moments ago. Half forward for the Bombers out of side.
Bombers leading by 13 points. The throw in on their right half forward position. Hunter gets the tap down. Stuck under several. Still in dispute. Back to Turner for Aspley. No, it's Pettit, sorry. Gets the handball away. Now it's taken by Cast for the Bombers. He wants to screw it back around. Day affects the contest. Ball spills, picked up by Sondergill. Shoots a handball back inboard to Scott. Nice chipping pass coming across here to the lead of Hughes. It's punched away from him. Now Aspley have the ball. They will clear in defence. Ball dribbles in front of Hutchinson, who just tries to measure a pass. Dangerous. Punched in the middle. Pettit reads it well. Handball back inside to Nellis. Now Aspley with a chance. Ill-directed kick was in for Payne, but it's just too far out in front of him. And he's got pass filled up his clacker as well. Gets the handball back into French, who followed up the work now from 35. Can he atone? Beautiful kick, and that'll do it for Aspley. Nice work. And that's French's first goal of the day. So Aspley draw a little closer. The Bombers 6-4-40, the Hornets 5-3-33.
He's just thought they butchered it there with another errant kick inside 50, but it was really good work by French to push across, and he got the reward for his effort there, finishing off with a really nice finish for Aspley.
Yeah, that's right. They made hard work of it, didn't they? And they certainly made hard work of their forward entries generally, but they got the right result on that occasion. So the margin back to 7 points here at Graham Road.
I like it when you see the run of Hutchinson and Day off halfback for Aspley. That's when they look at their slickers.
They certainly do. And they'll need to continue that as Redland continue to press as they do. Hunter and Pettit, no real clear winner. Lucy's wrapped up there by Thompson. And the ball still in the centre circle here. And it'll go up again. So midway through the second quarter, Pettit just disposes of Hunter. It was good body work, but Josh Smith for Redland. He pumps it forward. Good work there by Tickner. Just goes after it again. Probably copped a high one, and he did. And Brewer probably gave away one he shouldn't have. Tickner goes short. It's opening up here. This looks like it's Holman. He's away on the left foot. Just kicks it a bit high. Gives Pettit a chance to get there. And just working through now. Holman just flips it up, looking for French. Goes back to Lucy. Goes further backward again. Finds Gross, who can just go bang. Inside forward 50. High. Nellis was there. Can't quite take the mark. Here's a little terrier in Smith. Gives it back to Lucy. Kick smothered though. Here's Joyce again. Back to Lucy. Just chips it over the top. Not bad play there at all because the ball has ended up with Hughes and he'll be able to go back on a 45-degree angle and shoot it from 25 metres.
Well, they always had that one extra inside the 50, didn't they? And they were trying desperately to get it to him. A couple of really good defensive efforts from Redland, but in the end, not able to stop it getting to Hughes. They'll now go back, and he's a very good set shot for goal, so I'd expect him to go back and drill this from about 25 metres out.
So, Adam Hughes, measured approach. As Liam Dettering said, generally a good kick for goal. And it slides across the face. Put the mocker on him there, Liam.
That's always what happens when you say they're a good shot. Yeah. You might as well be standing on the mark spitting at it.
I've already got one when Phil Cass had a shot earlier. Called him, and he butchered it as well.
Well, so the Bombers bringing the ball back in. That's a thumping kick too. That's gone all of 70 metres. And there's a free kick. The umpire has pulled it out. And it will go to the Redland Bombers, and that'll go to Lovett. So it gets a handball out wide, long down the outer side. It's Tickner who's going to read this well. And the kick just was a bit overcooked. As you can see, those flags still favouring the clubhouse end to your left of screen. You'll be very sure of your distance as the ball gets kicked down the wing. That's a good, strong set of hands there from Hannaford for Aspley. He's got some movement about. Nellis goes long on the lead. He honours that lead, kicks it towards him, and there's a strong set of hands from Nellis on the half-forward line. He wants to play on. It's a chipping kick. Oh boy, anything can happen here. It's punched away from Hughes. And now the ball's in dispute inside the Aspley 50. Cast overruns it for the Bombers. They should get out of here, and that's through the agency of Andrew Smith.
So just belts it back in the middle of the ground. Nobody could get hands on it first up. Thompson just Pettit involved there. No real clear winner. And just now coming through is Salter. Can just get a boot to it. Nothing with great effect though. And Grace will look to mop up. Damien Stevens there. Just applying pressure. The ball's gone out of bounds. And we'll have a throw into half forward out of side for Redlands.
And maybe Redland, just with their ball movement, getting a bit carried away, having the breeze advantage. A feature of their game is their short kicking. They like to hit up those short leads, but they haven't done that today. They've gone much longer, much more direct, and they've turned it over quite a few times going forward.
So Smith and Pettit, no real clear winner. It's, just kicking it forward to Redland, so inside their offensive 50 again. And there is Andrew Scott, goes forward, looking for Hughes. Hutchison did well, but Hughes swoops on it. And Day just gets a slipper on it just to quell the attack, and he'll just get it nicely. A chip ball out to Chaney still in the back pocket, out of side.
Well, that was a brilliant piece of work from Cleve Hughes. Deserved the goal, but some equally brilliant World Cup soccer stylings from Joey Day to stop that goal. Oh, and there's a ripping mark taken out in the outer side. Was that Smith, Andrew Smith? What a great set of hands. He gets the ball away by hand. Now inside 50, it's intercepted by Gross. Just got a hand to it for Aspley. Now puts the ball into dispute. The Bombers should have the ball with Cast. No, it's Sondergelder who was actually in that contest. He tried to go up against Holman, but the ball dropped in nicely for Holman, who took a strong mark. He's 30 metres from the Aspley goal. Chips it across the face to Tickner. Tickner has a runner in French. He's going to go longer. It's going to come out to Hannaford versus Salter. Nice spoil from Salter, but front and centre, French gets the ball forward to Matthews, taken high. Umpire says high contact from Salter, and Matthews will take the free kick at right half back for the Hornets.
So right in front of us here, ball coming along, another scrubby kick, but this time it finds his teammate in Lucy. Lucy goes longer, better conveyance of the ball inside forward 50 and finds Sainsbury, and he'll go back and shoot on the 45. Similar spot to where Adam Hughes was before there, so hopefully Sainsbury will have to start at the right post, but again a better forward entry there for the Aspley Hornets.
He just read it better, didn't he?
He did. Certainly picked up the flight and the breeze there, and I'm not game to call 2 for 2 here, so we'll just see how it pans out.
I'll call him. I think he'll kick this. He's generally a good kick for goal, and he slides it across the face. So fantastic work there by everybody. I know Michael Price hasn't had a go yet, but Eddie Sainsbury misses, and they narrow the margin. So Redland 5 points. The margin now.
Well, that shows you just how fluky that wind is across the face of the goal at either end. Makes it hard.
So Damien Stephen overcooks the ball, goes out of bounds. So still half forward for the Aspley Hornets out of side.
Well, it's just gusting, isn't it, Pricey? You line up the kick and then all of a sudden the breeze comes in once you've already set where you're going to kick the ball. So it's just making it very hard for the players as they take their set shot.
Certainly affecting the ball drop. Nice work there from Smith, who gets forward, punches. It's taken by Lucy now, and Aspley moving the ball nicely by hand now. It's with Thompson across the halfback. That's a wobbly looking kick as well. Kicks it towards Stanley, controls it well and punches it in towards teammates. It's taken by a Bomber. Now it's Austin Lucy picks it up for Aspley. He's tackled. The ball's underneath him. What's the umpire going to do? Just says it will be mine, and we'll have a ball up just on the 50-metre arc, around about the traditional centre half-forward position for Aspley. They're trailing by 5 points. The throw-up, sit out in the clear. Now Brewer for the Bombers picks it up nicely. The handball out to Stephen. It's going to end up here with Pfeiffer. Can he control it? He does. He's tackled. Payne smothers the ball. Dives in again and grabs it. And Passfield grabs him. Payne still going. Ball underneath. Umpire will again ball it up, just in front of the Aspley coach's box.
So stoppage again. Smith and Turner. Turner just took front spot and affected it nicely. Got it down to Matthews. He's wrapped up. Plenty of bodies on the contest. Trying to form the human pyramid, I think.
I think we're very close to the human pyramid. There was 4 underneath, 3 on top. We just needed a 2 and a 1. We would have been laughing.
Plenty of base. And the ball goes up again. And give that one to Turner again. Payne taken high, I thought, so no call there. Turner, though, just belts it inside forward 50 indiscriminately. Boone leads Nellis to the contest. Now Boone, he'll go up looking for Salter. Day's there with him. Good contest and good pressure there by Day. He'll pick it up, get it over the top. Nellis looking for that player, and it is a push off the ball by Boone. It'll be Nellis who takes the free kick, 45 metres from goal. Tight angle, he'll have to look for a teammate. He goes to the top of the square. Big Hunter's there. Turner was there as well, but the push is given away and Hunter will take the free kick in defence.
Didn't the ball sit up in that breeze as well as Hunter takes the free kick? Now Nellis injects himself, sticks the timely hand in to make sure the Redland Bombers can't get the ball away and gets over the boundary line. There'll be a throw in. Interesting choice of words. Given the USADA investigation there, Michael Price going on. 5 points the difference in favour of the Bombers. The throw in, Hunter gets rid of Turner, goes again, he's going to rove his own ruck work, he gets pinged, incorrect disposal, no, Zufa gets it onto the right foot, goes to the outer wing, then you've got Gross versus Scott. Gross gets the ball down, it's with Joey Day now, hurdles the pack, gets onto the left foot, gets belted as he kicked it, now it's with Copeland, Copeland inside 50, here comes Sainsbury, Hughes at the front. Punched away from him. Redland Bombers shouldn't get away with. Oh, that was a high shot from Jack Stanley. Nothing doing, says the umpire. Ball stuck in there, and there will be a ball up 15 metres from goal.
The umpires are letting a lot go today. Sorry.
There's a couple of minor infringements, a couple of big ones as well.
So the ball bounced up, no clear winner, but coming through there was Passfield. He was just trying to extricate it further his way, but still in the hot spot for the Aspley Hornets. Now, they work it clear. Redland get away. Scrubby old kick there from Jones. Tyler Jones. Thompson evades a tackle. Gets it off now to Smith. Smith, he just goes around the corner cleverly to Howard. Just holds the ball up. Now he gets around his opponent. This way, that way. Now he's got some clear room to move. Just chips it over. Looking for Thompson. Can't quite take it. Ball spills and ends up with Day. And then goes up towards Turner, who takes a very good mark in the middle of the ground. Gets it off to Stiller. Looking for Stanley. Just kick, stays in there, so the ball works there. Now it's out of bounds, 60 metres around from the Aspley goal. So exciting bit of play there.
I just thought it was a strange option though from Howard coming inside. He had Hughes one out, had a couple of metres on Hutchinson, but elected to go short on that occasion.
So it's a Redland Bombers 5 points in front as the boundary throw in happens at half forward. For Aspley, who's this is Payne. He just waltzes into the 50 from 45. Let's go, and thank you for coming. The dual Grogan medalist in Matthew Payne with his first goal of the day. And that puts the Hornets in front by a point, 6-5-41 to the Bombers, 6-4-40.
Bit of breakdown there at the stoppage from Redlands. You can't let a player like Payne just run unopposed through a stoppage like that, and he didn't let them off at all. He finished beautifully from 50 out. Aspley now with the 1 point lead again.
Well, he inflicted. Payne? Payne?
He did. And again, you mentioned that class, just that extra bit of class. It doesn't hurt when you're strolling inside 50 and you need a goal to get yourself in front.
Bit of meatloaf there, Michael Price. You took the words right out of my mouth about Matthew Payne and his ability to make sides hurt. So ball back in the middle. Hunter and Turner. Turner providing a great contest in there for Aspley. Matthews has the run of it, wrapped up by Cars, but Matthews got the handball away to Stiller. Can go inside forward 50. Great kick inside forward 50. Nellis couldn't quite muster it with his hands there. Now that Smith gets the ball away. They feed the ball backwards. Ends up there with Jones, I think it is, and it is gone out of bounds on the full, and Aspley can look to take it back into their attacking 50 if they can.
See, off a step, that's a mighty kick as well, even though it was ill-directed, so that wind just getting underneath it as Aspley bring the ball back in towards half forward. Look, uncontested there really, apart from his own man taking his legs out, was Daniel Zufa who took the mark.
It was the Aspley player that took the, I think, Boone away off the ball, which cannoned into Zufa. So that's why the kick.
So the free kick there. Down the outer side, it's going to be Smith who goes for it for the Bombers. Hannaford punches it backwards for Aspley. Joey Day mops up at the back. He's taken there by Brewer. Handball back there to Tickner. Dribbles it forward. Stephen now back inside to Scott. Scott gets the handball to Cass. He's under pressure. Just looses the ball towards half forward. Nice mark and nice one. Cuff taken around the neck there from Robbie Copeland, and he'll get a 50 for the high contact as well. He wouldn't mind that. He just gave one back as Robbie Copeland as he runs back. Doesn't mind a little bit of that.
That's the same style facial hair too, those two.
Well, Bushy is his nickname. A couple of premierships with the Brisbane Lions, of course, including toweling up Nathan Buckley one year, which we all love, as Reece Toy makes his way down inside 50 and accepts the pass from Copeland. The only two men to have played 100 senior games from Aspley combining there. Today, Reece Toy celebrating that milestone. And he'll have a shot right on the siren to give the Hornets a 7-point lead at half-time. To Reece Toy. The Aspley Junior.
Yes or no, Michael? I'm going to put you on the line.
Give it to him right now. Absolutely. Oh, just didn't make the distance. Nicely cut out there. So I was in, or at least it went straight. I'll give myself that enough. So the Hornets at half-time, 6-5-41 against the Bombers, 6-4-40. A very entertaining first half here in round 12 Neutral TV, Kanga.
Yeah, it certainly is, and the same margin at quarter time as at half-time. So 1 point lead to the Aspley Hornets, and Liam, your thoughts on the first half?
Well, certainly both teams have been very willing and close. The tackling pressure has been phenomenal from both teams. It's just when they've got on the outside, the foot skills haven't quite been up to par. Obviously, the winds are playing a factor, but just maybe in the second half, instead of that long kick, just use the wind, maybe try to get up those shorter targets and not get sucked into to using the breeze. So
both sides have looked likely at times. Neither have been able to really ram home any advantage to put a gap in the other. So here at Graham Road, Neutral TV, round 12. It's a great clash, and we hope you join us for the second half, because at half-time it is a 1 point lead to Aspley over Redland. And myself, Mark Kennedy, with Michael Price and Liam Dettering, look forward to seeing you for the entertainment. That will be the third quarter.
All going well?
Yeah. Both sides have felt in. It's good. Yeah. It's a windy garage. Can I was going to say, do you mind if I use that? Oh, yeah, I'll use that. I'm going to use it. He's always got one. He's always got one. I'm master of one-liners. Scrappy. Contest is
Alright, guys, you alright? No. What are you doing up there?
Oh, yeah, the...
Lengthy of it.
Oh, yeah. No, mate, they're doing that.
Mansfield's
Yeah, no, it's good. No, with that thunder, yeah, I live in Darwin, yeah, I'm not at the suburbs. Living up there. I've been there about 20 years, 20 something. I'll be there for a while,
I just texted you, haven't you? Pulled up.
Yeah, I think so. I like traffic. So.
Didn't someone talk to you about salt? That's just right. Is he understood or? Yeah, well, I spoke with Sankey today. Yeah, no, it's been okay. No one's really yeah, Phil's Cass is he likes winning the ball. It's quick. What was his number last year? We were coming to you, mate. We got stuck in the middle.
Coming to you, Blake.
Oh.
Like Gilbert will come. All right, boys. Very good to see you all. Hello, mate. A bit lighter in the gills, do I?
It's funny, we've been looking down behind the goals, all I've seen is this.
Gotta keep up with it.
And a big thank you to our corporate TV for programming.
Yeah, no, it was good. It was good. Actually, I'm glad we got to see the ground.
Playing a bell, right?
Yeah. But they're doing this side of the ground. They're building a new grandstand.
Oh.
The water end is that end. So if it's set out like this, that's the water end. That's your cricketers club end. And we sit at the ground there and there. Boxes is directly behind that.
Oh, they're going to put it in that.
Because the change rooms is down there, and you look straight into the sun.
Oh, right.
All afternoon.
Maybe just go and see the ground.
But this side of the pocket, they moved this end's goalposts because of the construction. So this end pocket, this side, is literally almost a straight line. It's the shallowest of the pockets. Out this way, you're almost at maybe a 30-degree angle from here. The junction on the other side, you've almost got to do a banana. You're almost straight out. But just even seeing, as the day went on, as the sun went down, it's like an ice rink. It's really short grass. It wasn't wet, but it was just slippery. The footy was getting cold, and you could see it, so dropping things. Last before it gets dark. It's good to have the lights on the last 10 minutes.
Only played there last night. It was 2 degrees and we ran out. 10 o'clock in the morning.
Well, I reckon it was 12 when they started yesterday. The sun was out, it was a beautiful day. At 3/4 time, the cloud come over and the sun went away. I reckon it dropped about 6.
So how many are you looking for at the moment? Because obviously Benny's out.
It's a few. Grayson Tree. Baxter. Yeah, well, Hunter and yeah, I think Hunter and Turner would be the two. Straight, but not Maycox.
Some effective markets going on. Yeah. We watched 10 minutes of football and we watched 2 goals. Yeah, the first half we were just at our change over the play.
Well, Monday night is my general pick-up night, but if you're on Saturday, I will take you to the airport.
Really hardly touched this. He just sort of, he actually seems to after 8 this week.
It's timing, timing and power.
I think it's going to be Tuesday morning.
Boom. Ah, righto. Listen to race 4 at Flemington.
You're coming back late, are you? That's right, because I can drive straight from Ipswich. Straight down to you. What time do you finish Ipswich?
Aspley, I reckon Aspley.
I'll finish Ipswich around 9ish and I'll drive straight down.
There's a couple of them that haven't fired yet. One that I'm hoping is going to fire. It's the number 11 fire.
Maybe I should just park it, but take the park it.
Well, it's up to you, mate, but
Yeah, exactly.
the real one last night.
Sydney by 4 points. I went to the game there.
Last 2 weeks. Last week. Great, good atmosphere. And then yesterday, Lions and Giants.
Yep.
And normally the 2 AFL teams at our suburban grounds don't have a crowd.
Yep.
And so it's a really good crowd there. It's a really good atmosphere. A lot of people come down to watch. And
You'd be winning this up there.
Only had about 27 people up today.
tired being
But it's about 200 players.
So it's really disappointing. Like, we come away from it really buoyed by. I mean, it's
I'll shake your hand, but I'm just very jealous right about now. Very jealous. Just trying to fulfill my potential. I've been doing. I'm just not sure what potential I'm feeling. But I reckon you've done your own. Right on, two bars.
do our guys look up?
They said a roast pork roll, mate.
They don't.
Might have to go and get one of them. Is the service good? Or?
It's better than this, put it that way. But we go to Cooperoo, and it's flat, and it's even, but it's tough here, and it's
Because it used to be
airy.
pristine.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Who's looking after that?
I suspect instead of spending whatever they used to spend on it, it's over to spend. Probably only spend
1:30.
I reckon they train there just as often, so pre-season it's all the time. In season it's probably once a week. But the cool is that it's getting a lot of youth staff. Kings, Lions Academy, Juniors, you know, whatever else is on. But I don't know how that's any different than the other years, to be honest. Because there's always been... Well, that's what that last weekend was the first time I've had an equal game in the city of Brisbane. Head down to Goldie. Like, we had a weekend last weekend with the 2 AFL had a riot. The Lions really stayed. There's a lot of extra people in town for the state weekend. They all went through to watch Redland and watch Hornets. It was fantastic. Really good.
Yeah, she.
I love having it.
Take the continent and stay.
Did you come back to Australia?
Yeah, nice down.
It's really hard. It is. It's a balancing act between playing and the bottom line is, speaking to where is it?
You see his after?
Not our
Yeah, you're going to be around? Yeah, I'll come and a very good snack. Catch you, mate. 2 weeks.
Oh, down here?
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Cannon Hill.
doesn't have to look pretty.
Yeah, okay. Sweet.
Winter about a knock on the cable on the camera. It was flickering on the beach. Yeah, if I get these sorts of days, I'll have to go on to no, but it was in flashing about 5 times on the weekend.
All got mics on? As they converge, we'll start.
What's that other colour you got in the video cover, mate? No, on this side, on the top. Now you want to take it off with it. Hey Dean, I got a cable in front of the camera.
Stand by.
Welcome back to Near Full TV. This is round 12 action live from Graham Road, Aspley. You've got the Aspley Hornets versus the Redland Bombers. Michael Price and Mark Kennedy calling your action with the special comments from Liam Dettering from the Near Full, and the Hornets leading by the solitary point at half-time, 6-5-41 to the Bombers, 6-4-40. A beautiful day here in Brisbane, 20 degrees, the breeze going across the ground and to the left of screen.
Hey, one comment, Michael, that was said to me at half-time by somebody on Looking, a windy game of chess.
A windy
is what we've been watching in that first half, so we will see how we go this second half. So exciting times here at Graham Road. Two sides up the right end of the table as we see Hunter come away. First one for Redlands, goes over the top inside forward 50. Gross just gets the ball away, back to Thompson, off to Toy, celebrating his 100th game this week. And off to Lucy. Lucy goes down inside forward 50. Looking for Stansbury. Just flips it over the top. Looking for a teammate. Redland are in there. Plenty of players suddenly around the contest. Ooh, almost trouble there. I was thinking it might have been Tyler Jones underneath that contest. To Rogerson it was, and the ball will go up again. No clear winner. Aspley and Pettit just get the ball forward with touch off the boot. And the ball goes out of bounds, about 30 metres around from Aspley's goal in the opening exchanges here at the third quarter.
The wind slightly favouring the end that Aspley are kicking to, but predominantly going diagonally across the ground and gusting, as you can probably just hear in the effects mics, as Hunter gets the ball down for the Bombers with a big gust of wind, and the ball goes back across the boundary line. We'll have another throw in, similar spot. Hornets by a point, just a minute or so played of the third term here at Graham Road, Aspley. Hope you're enjoying round 12. Throw in now, Hunter versus Pettit. Pettit works his way to the front and punches it towards the goal face. Leading the charge out was Nellis for Aspley, and it was Boone who was tackled and the ball taken over the line. And it will be a rush behind, so the Hornets now 2 in front, 6-6-42, play 6-4-40 with the Bombers about to bring the ball back in.
So Rogerson goes with the left leg, outside defensive 50, looking for the big boy in Hunter. Just couldn't quite get it to him. But here is Pfeiffer, he pounces, gets it up. Just looking for a teammate in Scott. Couldn't quite find him. The ball went out of bounds. So 2 minutes gone, second quarter, 2 points the margin. Turner and Hunter. So Turner takes front spot, just almost shepherds the drop zone of the ball, and a high tackle, and Aspley will come away again. Now the ball's off with Copeland, goes over the top, and a very nice mark there inside forward 50, and that is Stanley. So Stanley, he's already kicked 2, one in the first, one in the second. He'll go back and try and put on the first major of this third quarter.
And that was just a very nicely weighted kick there for Stanley. It's something we haven't mentioned much today, a good kick, and that's what it was on that occasion. Now Stanley has the chance to go back and extend Aspley's lead early in this third quarter.
So Jack Stanley, former Gold Coast Suns listed player in the club's infancy, goes back, looks good off the boot, and they get around him, and well they should. A beauty. That's 3 for Jack Stanley, and the margin out to 8 points. So some warning signs early for Redland, and of course Aspley are kicking with the benefit of what breeze there would be, you would think. And even though it is going across the ground, it is favouring the clubhouse end there, and we'll see how Redland can respond.
Well, if you could pick a spot to kick a goal from today, that'd be it, because the breeze just, you can put it up nicely on the breeze. It just carried it home. It was a lovely kick. It went through three-quarter post height. Fantastic finish from Stanley.
Umpire bangs it down in the middle. Now we get Hunter hitting the ball for the Bombers, picked up by Thompson. He's tackled. Aspley could get the ball back. No, the Bombers inject themselves again. It's got out there to Passfield. Passfield handballs it back now to Smith. Smith shoots a loose one back over the big fella in Hunter. Ball still in dispute. It's hooked forward there again by Smith. Down the outer wing. Hunter, he's athletic for a big man as well, except, well, he's been pinged for incorrect disposal there. Good tackle there from Copeland. And he'll play on the right foot He ignores the leader, Stanley. It's Nellis he's looking for. Good hands. And that was a great kick, honouring that lead as well. Nellis takes the mark, 40 metres out on a slide angle.
That's a couple of times Nellis has managed to get away from Boone. Boone's giving up a lot of size there on him, so maybe one matchup they need to have a look at. Obviously, Williams has done a fantastic job on Sainsbury today, but obviously it's just weighing up what the best option is for the team at the moment.
So Nellis has kicked the one goal. Let's go from right on the 50-metre line. It holds up a bit in that breeze, pushes out to the right, and that doesn't affect the scorers at all. So the Hornets still leading by the 8 points.
It'll be Rogerson to take the kick from the back pocket. Hemmed in tight. Goes with the left. Long and high. Just near the boundary line. And a good mark there by Luke Scott, I think it is. So, just outside defensive 50. Goes up the line. On the wing now. There's Smith there for Redlands trying to take the mark. Floated across. And now stacks on the nil. And the ball will be thrown up on the outer wing. So 5.5 minutes gone. 8 points the margin here on Neefle TV. Thanks for joining us. Here's Pettit. Stolen there by Pfeiffer beautifully. Just handballs to nobody in particular though. Or sorry, somebody in particular, just the opposition. It was Thompson. Now the ball spills for Sainsbury. Just pressure as he was going to kick it there came hard there from
Passfield. It was a really good chase there as well. Just put him off the kick and Redlands have got the ball again.
Yep, out of bounds
much
on the
same
full.
position they had it about 2 minutes ago.
So Boone.
It's one of the worst places on the field to have the ball to try and kick it back in with that breeze working diagonally across his face. So Boone comes in. Now look at that ball holding up in the breeze. Nudged out of it nicely there was Smith. Punched over the boundary line by his Aspley opponent, who gives him a little bit what for as well. That was Pettit. Nicely worked there, and there'll be a throw in just on the 50-metre arc on the outer side. Bit of a stalemate at the moment with the Hornets leading by 8 points. Pettit tries to flick it back over the top. It's towed forward by Smith. Now over the boundary line again. It's paid as off the boot of Eddie Sainsbury by the looks of things. So it's back inboard for the Bombers. Dangerous kick. Gross with the big fist. Punches it forward. Nicely picked up by Smith. But then it's an ordinary handball. Puts, well, an opposition player under pressure. Not too bad, I suppose. So the Bombers put it inside 50. Here's the runners required. Hughes taps it to his own advantage. Then falls over his own feet. Hutchison tries to tow it forward, gathers it, then delivers a nice kick to Smith. Great hands, and the Hornets are away.
So Dan Smith, he got it across to Stanley, the goal kicker in this first quarter. Matthews goes high, and illegally, says the umpire. And it will be Andrew Scott with the kick.
But guys, that was terrific from Hutchinson out of the back line. Just saw the balance on display there. He just kept his feet when Hughes went to ground and was able to come away with it for Aspley.
So, just kicks up high, very good, almost a good mark there. But Gross looks like he might be hurt here. Day, he's just wrapped up nicely by Zuffa. And Gross very slow to get up here, boys. So he's a bit of a stalwart back there and a key player for them, for Aspley. As the ball goes up high again, Pettit just gets it down. Stephen is the man. He drives Stephen into the ground. Not lacking a little bit of aggression is Pettit at the moment.
No, he injected a little bit of aggression into the game. I suppose after he had that little chat with Coach John Blair, he slaps it forward again for the Hornets. Payne overruns it, picked up by Pfeiffer to Cast. Cast was out of bounds before he hooked it back in, so we will have a throw in at right half forward for the Redland Bombers. They're trailing by the 8 points at the moment. 8.5 minutes gone of the third term here, round 12 on Neefle TV. The throw in, Ruckman will go at it. It will be Smith, and Pettit gets the tap down. Toy drags it back in, gets the handball now to Lucy, close quarters, and the kick from Hannaford. Chips it here towards Hughes. Good double effort there from Hughes. Did he take the second grab inside the line? He did. Copped a nice high one there too from Lovett. He'll love it. So Hughes, long down the line. This is for the advantage of Nellis. No, it actually falls over the back, and Boone judged it the better and takes it for the Bombers.
So Boone looking inboard. He's called to go now, so he's going to have to come back up the line. The dicey kick. It worked out for him because Stephen swooped on it. Now it's with Pfeiffer. He's not sure where to go. Now he just chips it over the top looking for Lovett. And Lovett, under a little bit of pressure there from Daniel Smith, is good enough to work it through. Now he gets it off. Chips to Zuffa. Zuffa on that left foot just gives it a bit of air. A bit of Copeland over the top. Stanley wraps up Salter nicely, and we will have a ball up inside Redland's forward 50. So I love that flat entry inside forward 50, which certainly puts the defence under pressure.
Extra bit of power, the leg behind the kick as the ball's in dispute inside the Bombers 50, picked up by Pfeiffer. The kick is smothered. Now the Hornets should be able to get it out. Lucy picks it up. Evades a couple nicely, gets onto the right foot. Nellis is there with Boone. Nellis takes the mark nicely. Now he wants to come back over the mark. He's looking for runners. He's got Hughes leading towards the right half forward. Tries to find him, but it goes too wide. Again, the wind pushing the ball out, making the skills hard, and it's out of bounds on the full. Be a Bombers free kick.
Not sure that we could blame the wind for that one. It was just a pull up hand to foot there.
Being generous.
Generous, that's right. So Redland, they go along again. Gross, who's recovered, goes over the top with a big fist, knocks it out of bounds. We'll have a throw in. So 10.5 minutes gone. 8 points still the lead to Aspley. And the ball in again. Hunter and Pettit. Pettit just worked Hunter out of it. No clear winner though. Pfeiffer wrapped up there. And the ball out of bounds once again. Being run over the line. So the windy game of chess continues. Hunter and Pettit again. So Pettit. And now Pfeiffer. Just boots it forward. Estel and Thompson. So they haven't really called too much of either of those players today. And the ball again out of bounds. And the throw in just forward to centre out of side for the Redland Bombers.
Very tight in the clinches. As soon as you get the ball, you've got to decide what you're doing with it or evade. And both of those very difficult. The umpire pulls out a free kick here. No, he's asked the boundary umpire to throw it in again. I said he's going against the wind as well, so it's going to have to be the extra Weet-Bix in here for the boundary umpire. Hunter slaps it back over the back to the middle. Brewer, the handball inboard. Now the Bombers inside 50. Just. The ball bounces nicely for Joey Day for the Hornets. He taps it out, then comes and meets it again. Gross. Day stops and shepherds. Gross picks it up. Smothered. Day back into it, and so Sondergeld for the Bombers. He's tackled by Smith. Throws him down. And the ball stuck under Sondergeld. Bit of physicality there. We'll have a ball up right in front of the commentary box here. Aspley Hornets leading by 8 points with 12.5 minutes gone.
I'd say the two smallest men on the ground having a little bit of a wrestle there.
Not lacking for intent though, either one of them.
No, Toy wrapped up well by Sondergeld. Tries to get a bit of a saddle on him. We'll have another ball up.
There's a little bit going on behind the play with those two as well.
Ball up again. We'll give that one. Oh no, we won't give it to anybody. Turner jumped in hard there. Now Sondergeld again. Toy again. And just continually reacquainting themselves in the clinches.
I'm loving the ruck work of Hunter as a lone ruckman against Turner and Pettit has been doing quite well as the Bombers get the ball through Scott inside 50. Big fly at the front of the pack. Oh, Hutchinson, how about the spoil? Then he gets the ball back from Copeland, does Hutchinson. Delivers a wobbler of a kick towards Stanley. It bounces okay. He controls it. Looks to measure a pass to Nellis. Got his hands to it over the back of the pack. Bombers should be able to mop up here. And it's with Smith. Smith to the outer side. Overcooks the kick for a teammate. Stanley for Aspley. Handballs it back. Sweeps one over to Payne. Payne on the left foot. Inside 50. Man on his own. Takes the mark. And that is Toy. Is that the 100 gamer?
Well, it might be Chaney Stiller. Boys.
Chaney Stiller. So Chaney Stiller. 35 metres out. Just on a slide angle. Lucky he was there. The kick dropped nicely for him.
Certainly did, Pricey, but just one guy again, Michael Hutchinson off the half-back line was terrific there. He, the first effort then followed up, got the hands off, got the ball going forward again for Aspley. He's been terrific off that full-back line.
So Chaney Stiller, this isn't the easiest of kicks, comes in on that trusty left foot, aims at left, but its push is still right and one behind result. So 7-7-49 plays 6-4-40.
Redland. Bring it in. It was Howard. Off to Jones. That's Tyler Jones. Still inside his defensive 50. Asked to move it now. Kicks it into the man of the mark and it goes out of bounds. So horrible error there. Just allowing Aspley to keep it inside their forward 50. So they'll be able to set up here and see if they can pull out a set play from this stoppage. Turner just gets it to the back. That was Toy. Just working through. Rogerson's there for Redlands. Now set upon by a few players. He's in trouble. And that's holding the ball. And he went to ground. And as soon as he went to ground there and brought it back in, the Aspley players took advantage. And it will be Jack Stanley to shoot for possibly goal number 4.
Well, Stanley's one who's been in really good form for Aspley the last few weeks. He had his best game for the year, I think, last week, and he's just continued that on today. He's been a really strong presence for Aspley, hitting up all day, and as he said, going in for his 4th goal of the day.
Stanley comes in, kicks from 48. It's on its way, and looks good. They like it. And that's 4.
I think, boys, that's the first time the margin's gone beyond 10 points for the day. Could be a critical goal in the outcome of the match.
I'll just disprove you. Redland got out to 13 points at one stage in that second quarter.
Well, we got Aspley's biggest lead of the day.
So 15 points. So 8-7-55. They're Aspley. Redland 6-4-40. And it's 16 minutes played here at Graham Road in the third quarter.
So 15 points of margin regardless, Liam. This is a bit of an arm wrestle either way. When somebody gets the ball, they're jumped on immediately. You've got to get rid of it or move it on very, very quickly. The umpire bounces it down in the middle. It is Smith for the Bombers, gets it away, but Aspley come away with the ball. Onto the toe there of Tickner. It's smothered back into the middle of the ground. Fighting for it, of course. Several players.
Guess who's at the bottom of the pack for Aspley there? Ryan Matthews again. Been terrific in close today.
Following up his cracking game last week against Southport. Beautiful tap there by Smith. Gets the ball forward for the Bombers. Pfeiffer could have been pushed into it. Was. Umpire says that's a push in the back. So Pfeiffer takes the free kick just forward to the centre circle. Looking for Phil Cass. Just over the head of the co-captain at right half forward for the Bombers. He caresses it towards Hughes. Takes the mark. Good set of hands. Just right on the 50-metre arc. Now this, if you're going to come at this goal at the right of screen end, the change room's end, this is probably the place to do it with the breeze more or less bringing it across from the right-hand point post. We'll see what he does, Cleve Hughes.
Generally knows what he's doing in front of the sticks.
Very difficult kick. Aims it right, it curls around across the face into the hot spot. Big fly there, ball still in dispute. It's pushed over the line, one behind results. So 8-7-55, the margin back to 14 points. The Bombers 6-5-41. Gavin Gross about to bring it back in.
So Redland player down.
Yeah, Williams it is, just slow to get up.
Slow to get up. Gross loads it up and goes long, as he likes to, over the back, and there's still a mark. So again, a massive roost. The ball coming in. They're away if the ball bounces for them. It doesn't, though. But now the cavalry come for Redland. And it's Pfeiffer in there, along with Holman. And we'll have a ball up, just right in the middle of the ground.
Looked a fantastic kick off the boot, didn't it? That unfortunately just plugged for Aspley there, and they couldn't get away because they were certainly in there if that had set for Holman.
So, stoppage again, just wrapping the player up there. That might be Holman applying the tackle on Howard. And another ball up, just moving forward just a touch for Aspley. Turner gets up high, does it well. A good tackle there. And French is in there for Aspley. Also Sondergelder's in there. Matthews in there as well. And plenty of action going on.
Adrian Williams just come off for the Redland Bombers, as you said. A fair bit of claret around the right eye, and he'll having a look at him on the bench as we speak. As the ball up ends up in the hands of Gross for Aspley. He gets onto that long left shoe of his, kicks it to the hot spot. Sainsbury could have been held, no. The coach's box wanted it. It's with Passfield. Passfield, oh, could he get pinged here? Umpire says no, ball held to him, and there will be a ball up
and Pricey, we
right
see
forward pocket.
We saw Blake Passfield having to man up on Sainsbury there with Williams off. That could be a massive out for Redland if he has to go off.
Bombers clear it now, but only as far as Thompson for Aspley. He gets onto it from 35 metres, does the disciplined thing, looking for the Nellis fly. Ball hits the deck. Bombers should be able to get it away with numbers. It's stuck under cast. Will it be holding the ball here against him? No. Umpire says we'll ball it up 30 metres out from the Aspley goal.
So pressing the Hornets. A big shot to the system. And Lucy just keeps his feet well. And a high tackle is the call. And it is Redland who will get the free kick. It might be Rogerson, I think, who'll get it. So, I think Groggy getting up, but does so. Just goes on the left. Out to Boone. Boone looking for Estel up the line there, and just drips over the top and out of bounds on the full. Thompson can reload. He goes directly back inside forward 50, and wasn't a great effort there by the Redland defender. We're coming up with a sore shoulder. But now they clear it, Stephen. Just overrunning it there with Smith. Payne just stands in the tackle, does well. Now he's wrapped up. And that is holding the ball, the umpire says.
He took the tackler on, so I think that's, once he'd had that prior opportunity, he's holding the ball every day of the week.
Yep, tried to barge his way through. Well held there by the Bombers' defence. Chipping ball. It's going to end up in the hands of Andrew Scott. Under pressure from Smith. So Scott, fairly stagnant. He wants to go up the line with another chip pass. And then finds Reece Estel. So Estel, with the Bombers still trailing by 14 points. He goes up the line.
There's been a free kick here for holding on Joyce off the play. Not too sure about that because he was certainly holding Smith before. But it was Zufa. Zufa came in to try and give Smith the block, and that's what the free kick was for, that holding.
Okay, so Ryan Thompson ends up with the ball for Aspley, and he's going to pump it straight back inside 50 for the Hornets. Big tackle fly. Oh, Nellis got his hands to it again. Ball spin. Bombers should get it out. Cass wants to handball it. Intercepted by Stiller, who gets taken high. Umpire will award the free kick to the former Lion right on the 50-metre arc. Now this is well within his capabilities and the perfect spot to have a shot from. Maybe not for a left footer, but...
Has he got the leg?
I think he might have the leg.
I'm saying silent after my earlier effort.
With the wind slightly favouring this kick, I'll back him in from here. Or he starts at left. And he pokes it in. So one of us has got one right for the day, fellas. So we eventually had to happen, but Shoney's still in. That was a ripping kick. So the Hornets get their ninth. 9-7-61. Now 20 points the margin. The Bombers 6-5-41.
Could be a match-defining quarter for Aspley here. They've jumped out of the blocks, got the 20-point lead, but one thing Redlands have to remember is they're kicking against the breeze. They've got it to come home with. They've just got to try and limit the damage in this third quarter and then reload coming into the last quarter.
And Cheney's still up. He'd be very pleased with that because earlier in the day he gave away a goal going the other way, so he's repaid from that point of view. So Coach John Blair will be a little bit happier from that point of action. So is Pettit. But, again, plenty of players around this contest underneath there. Strangely enough is Payne. And the ball up will happen again, still in the centre circle. Pettit just works Hunter off the ball. Now Howard gets it away. They go forward, inside forward 50. Just Estel couldn't quite take it away there. Hutchison just flips it off to Joyce. Under pressure, still gets it, finds a target. Ends up with Toy there, who goes to Payne on the outer wing.
I love the way Matt Payne goes about his football. He chips it forward to Hughes. Hughes now wants to move it on quickly. Keeps the kick low. Sainsbury! How about that from Eddie Sainsbury? What a ripping double grab of a mark. 40 metres out on a slight angle.
And as you said, Pricey, a magnificent mark as we just see Williams, his direct opponent, with the headband on now. So he goes off in for 5 minutes. Sainsbury gets a mark inside 50.
So Eddie Sainsbury, he's had a purple patch the last couple of weeks. 7 goals, 5 goals, looking for his first of the day. Difficult pocket. 35 metres out, he caresses it, starts it left. It actually fades left, which is a surprise. No gust of wind to stop that. 9.862, 21 points the margin in favour of the Hornets.
Those were the golden tonsils of Michael Price there. Getting a bit excited for that great mark of Eddie Sansbury. As Zufa kicks it to himself and then belts it outside defensive 50. Going high, where's the Aspley player now? They swoop on it. That's Matthews. Off to Payne. Payne just chips it inside forward 50 this time though. Off